Ibrahim Traoré stared at the glowing screen in disbelief. Maada Bio, the new president of ECOWAS, had just thrown him under the bus by openly supporting Donald Trump. It was a betrayal that cut deep, sharper than any blade. For months, Ibrahim had trusted Maada, believing they shared the same dream for West Africa's future. Now everything was crashing down. The silence in the room felt heavy, broken only by the faint hum of the old fan spinning lazily overhead. A cold breeze brushed against Ibrahim's skin, carrying a distant scent of rain. Yet inside his heart burned with anger and confusion. But Ibrahim was no ordinary man. Calm, honorable, and strong, he refused to be broken by betrayal. Instead, he began planning a move so bold it could change everything. Yet, beneath his fierce exterior, a flicker of doubt whispered, could this decision cost him everything? Outside, the world waited. The cameras, the people, the leaders. All eyes would soon be on Ibrahim's next move. What would it be? And how would Maada react? Days later, Ibrahim stood before his closest advisors. The room was tense, voices low but urgent. He revealed his plan. A massive political challenge aimed at Maada Bio's sudden alliance with Trump. This wasn't just about politics anymore. It was about loyalty, trust, and the future of millions. A quiet gasp escaped one aide's lips when Ibrahim announced his intention to publicly expose Maada's betrayal. The air seemed to thicken, the smell of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the tension. But then, unexpectedly, Ibrahim's voice softened. For a moment, vulnerability cracked his usual calm. This isn't easy, he admitted, eyes flickering with pain. I believed in unity. Now I must fight to protect what's right, even if it means standing alone. His team nodded, inspired yet fearful. They knew this battle would be brutal. Maada Bio was powerful, and aligning with Trump meant international pressure was coming. But Ibrahim's courage lit a fire in the room, a hope that justice might still win. What no one knew, this fight would reveal secrets far darker than betrayal. The day of Ibrahim's public announcement arrived like a storm gathering strength. In the packed press room, flashes from cameras stung his eyes. The crowd's murmurs were thick with anticipation. As Ibrahim spoke, his voice rang clear and steady. He laid out the truth. Maada Bio's unexpected support for Trump and how it threatened West Africa's unity. The room grew colder, the metallic taste of tension sharp on Ibrahim's tongue. But then, as his words echoed, something shocking happened. Maada Bio appeared on the big screen behind him, his face serious but calm. Ibrahim, Maada said quietly, I did what I believed was best for our people. The crowd gasped, the tension twisted like a knife. Ibrahim's calm shattered for a split second. Then he smiled sadly. Sometimes, he said softly, doing what you believe is right doesn't mean it's right for everyone. The screen flickered off. The room fell silent, hearts pounding. What would Ibrahim do now? The battle had just begun, and the world was watching. Ibrahim's phone buzzed late at night. A message from an unknown number. You don't know what you're starting. His heart pounded. The silence around him was thick, broken only by the distant sound of crickets. Outside, the air smelled of wet earth after a sudden rain, fresh but heavy. He wasn't just fighting Maada Bio anymore. Shadows loomed from corners he hadn't expected. People close to him started acting strange. Whispers behind closed doors, nervous glances. But Ibrahim's resolve hardened. Betrayal cut deep, but it also ignited a fire. In a secret meeting the next day, his closest allies voiced fears. Maada's ties to Trump run deep. He won't back down easily, one warned. Yet Ibrahim's voice was steady. We don't fight for power. We fight for truth. Suddenly, a young aide, usually quiet, spoke up with unexpected courage. Ibrahim, you're not alone. We stand with you, no matter the cost. The room shifted. A fragile hope was born. But outside, unseen eyes were watching. The battle was no longer political. It was personal, and the stakes were higher than anyone imagined. The world was watching as Ibrahim prepared his next move. The news spread fast. Maada Bio's betrayal had sparked outrage across West Africa. People whispered in markets and cafes, their voices trembling with shock and fear. Ibrahim's heart ached for the people he swore to protect. The weight of their hopes pressed on his shoulders like a storm cloud ready to burst. Yet beneath the pressure, a quiet strength grew inside him. On the day he was to reveal his next plan, a sharp metallic scent filled the room. Paper and ink, reports piling high. His hands trembled for a moment, then steadied. He wasn't just exposing betrayal. He was risking everything. Suddenly, a message arrived from an old friend in a far-off capital, warning of threats against his family. Ibrahim's calm cracked. Fear seeped in, cold, sharp, real. But then with surprising bravery he clenched his fists. "I fight for them," he whispered, "not for myself." Outside, thunder rumbled softly, as if the sky mourned with him. What sacrifice was he ready to make? The answer remained hidden, but the tension was electric. Ibrahim's announcement went live. Cameras zoomed in as his steady voice cut through the silence. He laid bare Maada Bio's secret deals with Trump, deals that threatened peace and progress. The crowd held its breath. Suddenly, Ibrahim paused. His eyes flickered with a rare sadness, a crack in his armor. "I never wanted this fight," he said softly, voice thick. "But sometimes loyalty demands sacrifice." Behind him, a screen flashed images of families torn apart, futures stolen. The room filled with a low murmur, shock, sadness, anger. Then, out of nowhere, a powerful voice interrupted the broadcast. A whistleblower inside Maada's circle. Their words shook the nation. There's more beneath the surface, something they tried to hide. The screen went black. Silence. A single sharp beep broke the tension. Ibrahim's phone. A message flashed. "This is bigger than you think." His face tightened. The battle was far from over. What secret lurked in the shadows, and could Ibrahim protect those he loved? Ibrahim Traoré, the honorable leader known for his strength and calm, felt the weight of the world pressed down harder than ever. Maada Bio, the new ECOWAS president, had betrayed him by supporting Donald Trump, a move that sent shockwaves across Africa. At dawn, Ibrahim sat alone in his office. The faint smell of fresh coffee filled the air, mixing with the dusty scent of old papers scattered on his desk. His eyes traced the faded map of West Africa pinned to the wall. He knew what he had to do next would change everything. Suddenly his phone vibrated. A text from an insider close to Maada. "There's more behind the deal than you think." Fear twisted in Ibrahim's stomach, but he steadied himself. Gathering his closest allies, Ibrahim made a bold decision to release secret documents, proving that Maada's support for Trump threatened not just political unity, but the safety of countless families. As cameras flashed and reporters crowded in, Ibrahim's voice stayed steady, but inside a battle raged. Was this the right path? Could he protect his people without losing himself? The world held its breath. What would Maada do now? The answer could shatter everything. The secret documents shook the world. Ibrahim's bold move revealed a hidden alliance between Maada Bio and Trump that endangered peace and progress across West Africa. News spread like wildfire. The air was thick with tension as Ibrahim faced a crowd waiting for answers. His heart pounded against his ribs like thunder. Around him, the low murmur of whispers filled the room, shock, disbelief, fear. But then, an unexpected sound, a soft sob from a young woman in the front row. Her eyes were wet, reflecting the pain of broken promises. Ibrahim paused, the moment slicing through the noise. He looked away, his face showing rare vulnerability. "This fight isn't just mine," he said quietly. "It's for every mother, every child whose future hangs in the balance." Outside, rain began to fall, cold droplets tapping against the windows like urgent footsteps. The world watched, waiting. Suddenly a live feed broke in. Maada Bio's face appeared, weary but defiant. "I acted to protect our nations," he said. "Sometimes the hardest choices aren't understood." Ibrahim's jaw tightened. The war of words had begun, but beneath it all, a deeper secret threatened to unravel them both. What was Maada hiding? Ibrahim returned to his quiet home, the weight of the day pressing down. The smell of old wood and dust filled the small room. Outside, distant thunder rumbled, mirroring the storm inside him. His phone lit up, a message from an unknown number. "Be careful. Not everyone who smiles is friend." A shiver ran down his spine. His allies had started to question if the fight was worth it. One by one, whispers of doubt crept in, testing his resolve. But Ibrahim's eyes hardened with resolve. This wasn't just about politics. It was about truth and honor. He picked up a worn photograph of his late father, feeling the rough paper beneath his fingers. Suddenly, his young aide, Mariam, stepped forward. Her voice was firm. "Ibrahim, your courage gives us hope. We stand with you, no matter what." Tears welled in Ibrahim's eyes, not from weakness, but from the fierce hope her words sparked. The battle was darker than ever, but together they would face it. Outside, lightning flashed. The next move was dangerous, one that could cost everything. What sacrifice was Ibrahim ready to make? The answer waited in the shadows. Ibrahim Traoré felt the weight of the secret documents in his hands, like a silent storm. Maada Bio's betrayal was deeper than anyone imagined, ties reaching into powerful allies beyond ECOWAS. The air was thick with tension, the faint smell of dust and ink filling the room where he met his closest advisors. His voice was calm but firm. "This isn't just politics anymore. This threatens the safety of our people." He looked at each face, seeing fear, doubt, but also determination. Suddenly Mariam, his young aide, stepped forward. "Ibrahim, we can't let fear stop us. Our courage can light the darkest paths." Her words sparked something inside him, a fresh wave of hope. But as plans moved forward, an unexpected call shattered the calm. A voice, trembling but urgent, warned Ibrahim that someone close to him had been compromised. His heart clenched. Trust was fragile, like a thread in a storm. Could he keep his team safe while exposing a betrayal that could change everything? Outside, thunder rolled, echoing the storm brewing inside Ibrahim's mind. What sacrifice would be too much? The battle had only just begun. The night was restless. Ibrahim lay awake, the distant sound of rain tapping against his window like a countdown. The betrayal by Maada Bio and his support for Trump had torn a hole through the region's fragile unity. In the morning, Ibrahim stood before the press again. His words were sharper, more urgent. "We face a threat not just to politics, but to the lives of millions." His voice shook, not from fear, but from the heavy truth. Suddenly Mariam appeared by his side, her steady presence a beacon. "We will stand with you," she said quietly, eyes full of fierce hope. But then came the unexpected. Ibrahim's rival within ECOWAS, a man named Sekou, approached him with a surprising offer. Help to expose the truth, if Ibrahim agreed to a dangerous compromise. The room held its breath. Could Ibrahim trust Sekou, the man known for shifting loyalties? The stakes had never been higher. Ibrahim's heart raced. Sometimes courage meant stepping into the unknown. But could he risk everything for the truth? The question lingered, heavy and unresolved. Outside, the storm raged on. Ibrahim's world shifted in a single moment. A trusted advisor confessed a secret. Maada Bio's support for Trump wasn't just political, it was personal. A deal made to protect a family hidden from public view. The room fell silent. Ibrahim's chest tightened, the scent of cold metal from his pen sharp in the quiet. Suddenly, Maada Bio wasn't just a rival. He was a man desperate to protect those he loved. For the first time, Ibrahim saw Maada's vulnerability, his own enemy's fear. But Ibrahim's resolve didn't waver. "We can't let fear destroy what we fight for," he said softly. The fight was no longer black and white. It was tangled in loyalty, love, and sacrifice. Outside, the sky cracked open with lightning. The next move was deadly. Who would blink first, and what would be the cost? Ibrahim Traoré's phone rang just as dawn broke. The voice on the other end was shaky but urgent. His closest aide had been followed. The sound of rustling leaves and distant footsteps echoed faintly before the line went dead. The air in Ibrahim's room felt colder, sharper. He touched the worn wooden desk, feeling its roughness like a reminder. This fight was no longer just words. It was life or death. Maada Bio's betrayal was no longer a distant threat. It was close, dangerous, real. At a secret meeting, Ibrahim's team gathered. Mariam, the young aide, showed a new fierceness. "We can't back down now. People believe in you. We believe in you." Her courage sparked a fire in Ibrahim's chest, but fear lingered. Would his people pay the price for his choices? Then, an unexpected message arrived. A photo of Maada looking exhausted, holding a faded picture of his own father. For a brief moment, Ibrahim saw a man torn between duty and family. The line between friend and enemy blurred. What would Ibrahim choose? Could honor survive betrayal? Outside, a low wind whispered secrets. The next move could change everything. The day Ibrahim planned to confront Maada Bio arrived. The sun blazed down, hot and unforgiving. The scent of dust and dry earth filled the air, mixing with the nervous energy buzzing around the press hall. Ibrahim stood tall, calm but alert. He knew Maada was watching. Maada's support for Trump wasn't just a political alliance. It was a gamble with millions of lives. Suddenly, as Ibrahim spoke, his voice steady, a reporter shouted a question. "What will you do if Maada refuses to back down?" The room held its breath. Ibrahim's eyes softened unexpectedly. "Sometimes," he said quietly, "the hardest battles aren't against others, but against what we fear inside ourselves." The crowd gasped at his rare vulnerability. Behind the scenes, Mariam smiled, a small victory. Ibrahim's honesty had touched hearts, but the calm shattered when an urgent message arrived. Maada Bio was preparing a secret summit with foreign allies, an event that could either end the conflict or ignite it further. Ibrahim's jaw clenched. Could he stop Maada before it was too late? The question hung heavy in the air, like a storm about to break. Ibrahim sat alone late into the night, the faint glow of his desk lamp casting long shadows. The weight of the upcoming summit pressed on him like a heavy stone. The smell of cold metal from his pen mixed with the distant hum of city life outside his window. Suddenly his phone buzzed, an encrypted message from Mariam. "The summit hides more than words. Be ready." His heart pounded. The betrayal went deeper than anyone knew. In the quiet, Ibrahim thought of his people, the mothers waiting, the children dreaming of peace. His resolve hardened. But then, a sudden knock startled him. Mariam entered, eyes fierce but kind. "Ibrahim, we must move quickly. The choices made there will change everything." He nodded, feeling a surge of hope mixed with dread. Outside, lightning flashed, briefly lighting the room in stark white. Could Ibrahim outmaneuver Maada and the powerful allies backing him? Or was this the moment everything would collapse? The answer remained hidden in the shadows. Ibrahim Traoré's heart pounded as he stepped into the dimly lit hall where the secret summit would take place. The scent of polished wood and faint perfume filled the air, a strange contrast to the tension pressing down on him. Maada Bio sat at the head of the table, his face tired but resolute. Around him were powerful foreign allies, their eyes cold and calculating. Ibrahim's voice was steady as he addressed them. "This betrayal threatens us all. We must choose unity or destruction." Suddenly, Maada's expression softened. "Ibrahim," he said quietly, "I never wanted to hurt our people. My choices were made to protect my family." For a moment, the room held its breath. Ibrahim saw not just a rival, but a man trapped by fear. Then Mariam stepped forward, her voice firm. "Fear can't rule us. We fight for truth, for our people's future." But before the summit could continue, a loud crash echoed outside. The doors burst open, guards rushing in. Chaos erupted. What force was trying to stop the truth from coming out? Ibrahim's eyes met Maada's in a silent question. Who was really behind this? The chaos outside the summit was deafening. Guards shouted orders. Voices mixed with the sharp sound of breaking glass. Ibrahim's heart raced. Every second counted. Amid the noise, Mariam grabbed Ibrahim's arm. "We need to get out. Now." They slipped through a hidden door into a narrow hallway. The cold stone walls felt like prison bars. Suddenly, a message buzzed on Ibrahim's phone. "Your family is at risk. Stop now." Fear hit him like a wave. For a moment, the strong leader felt small and vulnerable. But then, deep inside, a fierce courage flared. "They can threaten me," he whispered, "but they won't break me." They reached a safe room. Outside, footsteps approached rapidly. Ibrahim looked at Mariam, eyes full of determination and sorrow. "This fight is bigger than us. We must protect the truth, no matter the cost." The door rattled with the impact of heavy blows. What sacrifice would Ibrahim make? Would the truth survive the storm? The dawn broke, soft and fragile, over a world holding its breath. Ibrahim Traoré stood before his people, weary but unbroken. Maada Bio's betrayal had rocked their unity, but the fight for truth had not ended. The air smelled of fresh earth and hope. Ibrahim's voice was steady as he spoke. "We have faced darkness, but together, we will find light." Tears filled eyes, not from weakness but from the power of survival and courage. Mariam stood by his side, a symbol of hope. Suddenly a phone buzzed in his pocket. It was a message from Maada Bio. "I understand now. Let's rebuild." The crowd gasped, a fragile bridge between enemies, born from pain and understanding. But the question lingered. How long could peace last? If this story moved you, please like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe. Together, we will witness every moment of this fight for honor and truth. The battle ends, but the journey continues.